few years ago, a mortgage broker I was coaching called me in a panic. They said, Ash, I think I've made a mistake. The market feels saturated. There are mortgage brokers everywhere. There really isn't enough demand for me to stand out. It wasn't the first time I've heard this concern, to be honest with you, and I knew exactly how they felt. It's easy to look around and think the space is too crowded, that clients have too many options, and that success is reserved for the lucky few. But here is what I told them, and it's exactly what I'm going to tell you too. The truth is, mortgage brokers in the UK are more in demand now than ever. It's not just about whether people need a mortgage, and they do, but about how many people now choose to use their brokers. The way people buy homes, research financial products, and look for advice has changed massively. And if you're still thinking of an industry as a numbers game, then you're missing the real opportunity here. If you believe the myth there is no demand, you risk falling into the worst trap of all, and that is playing it safe. And playing it safe means the following things. It means you stick to the old school lead generation methods because, spoiler alert, they do not work anymore. You also start to compete on price instead of value, and you start failing to build a brand to attract new clients organically. Here is the brutal truth, okay? Mortgage brokers who don't adapt will struggle. They'll always feel like they're chasing leads instead of having leads come to them. The demand is there, I promise, but you need to know how to tap into it. So let's break down the 3 real reasons why mortgage brokers are in demand right now. Number 1 is that people are overwhelmed by choice. The internet has made mortgage shopping easier, but it also made it more confusing. Clients are bombarded with conflicting advice, comparison sites, and endless lender options. A great mortgage broker isn't just someone who finds a good deal, but they're also someone who simplifies the entire process and builds that trust. Clients don't want numbers, they want clarity. The second one is the role of the broker has shifted. The days of just finding the best rate are far gone. Brokers are now financial educators, problem solvers, and content creators. The brokers who are winning right now are the ones who show up online, they answer questions before they're asked, and they position themselves as authorities in that space. If you're waiting for clients to come to you without building a brand, you are going to be waiting a hell of a long time. Number 3 is that lenders still rely on brokers. Despite all the direct-to-consumer mortgage products, lenders still heavily depend on brokers to bring them the best qualified clients. Many of the best mortgages out there aren't available publicly, and lenders prefer to work with brokers who can vet the applicants properly. This means that brokers aren't just in demand, they're a key part of the financial ecosystem. So what's the main takeaway from this? It's not about demand, it's about positioning. The real question isn't, is there a demand for mortgage brokers, but instead is, how do I make sure I am the broker clients choose? The brokers who are thriving aren't necessarily the most experienced or the cheapest. They're the ones who understand their job isn't about selling mortgages. It's about building trust, creating visibility, and solving problems before they arise. If you're worried about demand, stop looking at the competition and start looking at how you can stand out. The demand is there, but only for those who know how to position themselves to meet it. Now, if you want to learn how you can generate leads, build your brand online, check out this big deep dive I did on how you can build an authority formula within your mortgage business to start attracting leads in a digital space. Go on, give it a click.